sex determination of. If we take here, we are saying that the sperm which determines the sex of the child, any child, or else I can say a father or a man or a husband is the responsible for the sex of the baby. That is what either a boy or girl is born. So now why it is? Can anybody say the reason? Because why it is, guys? Elmati, can you say the reason? Anyone, please. So if we'll take here, I am saying the sperm is which determines the sex of the child because egg is containing what, guys? Egg is containing both X chromosome and as well as X chromosome. And this is what we used to call as egg. But if we'll take the sperm only, the sperm is containing what, guys? The sperm is containing either X or contains
or either Y.
So that is why, if you'll notice it, do you understand it? So it is containing X and Y. So either X and Y or Y, we can say Y. So that is why we can say it is developing what? We can say father is the responsible for getting a baby, either a girl or a boy, because a sperm has X chromosome and the other half it is having what? A Y chromosome, half X and half Y. So that is why you can take, there is a 50% of chances of a boy and a 50% of chances of girl being born to the parents. So that is the reason why if you take even the human population, so almost we are getting, maybe nowadays the girl ratio is decreasing because of female infanticide and etc. etc. So if we'll take almost, because the sperm contains 50% X and 50% Y. So that is why the human population also, you can notice it, roughly 0.5% understanding males, 50% males and 50% who will be there, guys? 50% females. So that is what you need to remember. So from this, all the discussions, we can make some conclusions that then the father contributes X set of chromosomes, then at a fertilization through his sperm, then what is the baby will come, guys? Girl or boy? If the father will donate X sex chromosomes, it is leads to the
girl baby.
Girl.
Girl.
It will take, if the father contributes a Y chromosome at fertilization through his sperms, then the baby born, understand, will be a boy. So that is why we can say the sex chromosomes contributed by father, which decides the sex of a boy, which is a mother will give birth to. So mother will never involve in determination of the sex of a boy or a girl. Understand? Only father's sperm will decide. So that is why we can say, but still we have a belief on the society. You might be heard recently, I told you one story in Rajasthan. So some Baba inserted nail in her head, understand, iron nail, to get a baby boy. But it does not matter, correct or not? So there is no mantra, there is no kind of thing which will decide the sex of a boy. So the only thing which the sex of a boy or a girl will decide by the sperm of a father. That's all. So that we have a belief woman is responsible for the sex of her baby is absolutely wrong, and you have to, at least for the next generations, coming up generations, as we are all youngsters now, and at least that myth should be removed from that superstition should be removed from our society. That is also our response. Because in many ignorant Indian families, if we'll take, the mother is held responsible for the birth of a girl child, and unnecessary, you can see unnecessarily harassment by her in-laws, like father-in-law, mother-in-law, as well as sister-in-law, brother-in-law. Everybody will torture her to not give a birth to a boy baby. So you might be noticing that is what it will leads to the majority of domestic violence. I told you the cases also. Yes or no, guys? Domestic violence. So such people, during, like you people see, when you are in a student stage, you people are understanding that father is responsible for the sex determination of a boy or girl. But when you have grown up, like you are all saying, the present all parents are child from long back, correct, like 10-15 years. So that is what the mind is not they are not now they will believe even the scientifically proved also. But such a people, they should understand that the husband who is responsible for the birth of a girl child is not his wife. Okay, so a girl, but you have to remember a girl is not less than a boy. Both are equal, but it's okay. We are having some belief that boy can carry the generations or something, whatever it is, always. And so many factors like girls means need to give dowry, that what you are doing the projects now. All the characteristics is related to the sex determination only. Is it yes or no? Female infanticide. Next one, what is the projects you are doing, guys? Female infanticide, dowry, domestic violence. Next, one more project.
Child labor for 10 years, sir. Child labor, sir.
Yeah, child labor. So that is also, you might be noticing, usually you might be heard in a society, the sexual harassment, women selling this prostitution, and as well as this, what we can say like even a baby girl is used to sell to the prostituted homes and everything forcefully because of the parents. They will feel that is caring of the girl baby is difficult compared to the boy baby and need to provide all the things to the girl. Like lot of factors you might be heard in the villages, Indian villages and all. Because from all our society, including a Pudukkottai is also female infanticide. We don't know. In somehow, some corner it may be happening. But it is happening throughout the world and in India it is even majority. So, but that doesn't matter. It is actually even the father is responsible. So how the mother can decide a baby of that is a sex, either a girl or a boy. So that is why you should remember everyone, at least the coming up generations, that they should be, it should be overcome by this dowry factors and as well as this female infanticides and as well as this domestic violence, everything. So you, as I told you, even the majority of the state, like in after Kerala, maybe the most educated state after the Kerala, the Tamil Nadu is the one which is most leading state in domestic violence. I'm not joking. It's just I'm saying seriously because of the two reasons. One is for seeking the economical support from the female parents, like girl child parents, like. And you might be understand father-in-law and mother-in-law to seek the economical support, and the second one is the sex of a boy or a girl, like a baby sex, like who is going to give born, either a baby, a girl baby or boy baby. So due to this only the majority of domestic violence cases is arising in across our India and including our Tamil Nadu and as well as every state. You might be notice it. So this dowry and as well as this female born giving birth to the female leads to the majority of women is facing in their harassment, sexual harassment and as well as domestic violence with their father-in-laws, mother-in-laws and as well as other family members. So that factors should change in our society, that should be bring by you people, next generation. That is why they are teaching this. If they are keeping in the class 10th itself, because this is the stage to understand everything, but that is not happening, right? Maybe it take time, I think. So now if you notice it, then you might be asking me, sir, like mammals, like human beings, who can give the birth to the baby and feed them to the breast milk so that they can decide the sex like this? Then how about the eggs? That is what my question. Can anybody say? For example, snake will keep the eggs. Turtles will keep the eggs. Lizards, all the reptiles will keep the eggs, but their sexual reproduction only, because a male and female body will directly involved with the sex sexually, then only they used to lay the eggs. Yes or no, guys? Please respond. Egg. Suppose, for example, you all people are eating egg. It is forming by sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction? Anybody? Please respond. You people are consuming egg, correct? So that is, it is forming by sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction? That is what my question. Please respond. Yes, it will be forming by sexual reproduction only. Understanding the hen and if you'll take another one, what we used to call, guys, that female chicken. I forget the cock. Yeah, hen and the cock, they're sexually involving in the sexually involved, then only the egg will form. But if you take all the reptiles and all, they used to keep the similar kind of egg. But when the after the incubation period, do you understand? So after hatching the eggs, it may be a male or female can come. How, guys? Can anybody say? Kevin, Sanjay, this is a very important one. See, we people, a father's sperm will decide either it is a boy or a girl. All like animals also, if you take. And every animal also same thing. Those who are giving birth to the baby and they are feeding them. But those who are laying the eggs and they are hatching, how the sex will determine that it is a male or female? Anybody? Any idea, please? You have idea? Please let me know, or else I will say. So now notice it, how it will be happening means. So in some of the animals like these reptiles, the sex determination is controlled by the environmental factors. Do you understand, everyone? So they will form only eggs and they will developed eggs will be hatching. That is what it will be decided by the environmental factors. For example, this is a very, very important one. Notice it, all of you. So let me take some reptiles. Do you understand? So you might be know the examples of reptiles like snakes, lizards, and etc. etc. So now if we take the reptiles, the temperature at which the fertilized egg is incubated before hatching means during the hatching and as well as before hatching, where the egg is incubated for the fertilization means the temperature of the incubation period before hatching plays a role in determining the sex of the offspring. Do you understand? Temperature will decide is a high temperature or low temperature before hatching. For example, if you take the turtle, first listen, later you can understand. So you might be noticing turtle. Turtle means what we used to call in Tamil? Anybody? So I don't know. The scientific name of this turtle is Crisma picta. Okay, so this is what the scientific name. So now if you take the Crisma pista or a picta, or you can take turtle, tortoise or turtles, you can say turtles is one type of tortoise. Yes or no? So if you take here high incubation temperature, do you understand? The incubation period, high temperature during incubation period, which will be leads to the development of female offsprings. Do you understand, everybody? Please respond. So high incubation temperature will lead to the what? Female offsprings. In where? Turtles. So for example, let me take in the case of lizards. Do you know lizards, everybody? Please respond. Lizards you might be heard. So lizards, the scientific name is Agma. That is what? The lizard's scientific name. So if we take here, in this high incubation temperature, please remember. So high incubation temperature will lead to the results of male offsprings. Do you understand, everyone? Yes or no? Please respond. Have you seen? That is why environmental factors will determines the sex of some kind of animals. That is what, like turtles and as well as lizards. This all we used to call as reptiles only. So that is what you can see here. Such a, for example, you can take snails. How many of you know snails? Have you heard about the snails, guys? Please respond here. So if you take the snails, understand? So in these snails, there is no environmental factor. Do you understand? And there is no sex determination like our humans. Do you know in snails, individuals can change the sex? Do you understand? So when they want to be girl, they can be like a female, and when they want to be a male, they can convert into the male. That is what individuals can change sex. Do you understand? That is the great opportunity in the snails. So it is indicating that sex is not determined by genetics, understanding genetically in such animals. So there is no genetics playing a key role in determining the sex of a snail, because they can change their sex according to their need. Do you understand? So that is why we can say here a sex is not determined genetically in such animals. So that is what you have to remember. Okay. So now here you have to write one point. That point you write, and these three examples you can write. You can understand how the environmental factors are involving. So in exam they will ask you, please give examples of sex determination is also controlled by the environmental factors. With the examples you have to write. By that time you can write this one. Is it okay, guys? Please respond, everybody. That is. So please write one statement. Right. The temperature example you can write. In some reptiles, the temperature at which the fertilized egg, the temperature at which the fertilized egg is incubated before hatching, Sudhir, have understand, Sudhir, Sanjay, Humaira, that is the temperature before hatching, fertilized egg is incubated before hatching, comma, plays a role in determining the sex of the offspring. Understand, Varshini, Kavya?
Yes, sir.
Sex of the offspring. Examples you can find this all. Turtle, one, and the second one is lizard. Turtle is the one. High incubation temperature leads to the female offsprings or female progeny. Lizards, high incubation temperature leads to the male offsprings or male progeny. And snails, individuals can change the sex, so that sex is not determined genetically in this such a kind of animals. So this is all about the heredity and evolution. Evolution is completely deleted. So till here only is for your exams. So with this I will leave you. Then tomorrow we will plan next chapter. So with this I am leaving, and I will give you the worksheets of this MCQs and etc. in this till here. So you all can go through once and you can get practice. Then we'll meet in the tomorrow's class. Thank you everybody. Bye. We'll meet tomorrow. So that's all. This heredity is completed. Thank you everyone. Hope we all understand. If you have any doubt, revise your notes well and kindly approach me or ask me. Definitely I will explain. So as you remember from this heredity and as well as last chapter, how many marks will come? 13 marks will come. So be very careful. So biology totally 18 marks. In these two chapters 13 marks, and the next chapter what we are going to study from the tomorrow, that is what natural resources and management, that is 5 marks will come. So totally 18 marks means 50% of your question paper contains biology. If you are little careful also, you will get already almost 20 marks is in our hands. Next remaining 20 marks only we have to work hard. But I think compared to the term 1, biology is easy only now. So be very careful, because it is almost looks like everything theory, not like first chapter confusing more. So be little bit careful. Definitely you will score 13 out of 13 in this biology. That is what I will suggest. So with this I will leave you. So kindly remember these chapter will place majority of the role in out of 13 marks, because heredity is very important for your NEET or whatever it is, 11th and 12th also biology. So be little bit careful about this heredity. It is the easiest one, because evolution only very difficult. Heredity is very easy. So little careful, if you will concentrate, definitely you will score good marks. That is what I will suggest. So make it everything well, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you all. Bye. You whatever the doubt you have, please kindly ask me. I will explain you once again. That is.